I don't know what Drake should do, but I do know that the moment is Kendrick's. This charts. This is Kendrick's moment. You know, if you just see it from Kendrick being a Gemini, Jupiter ingress in Gemini on June 1st for the next 12 months. Jupiter picks up and blows up everything it touches. So he has Sun, Venus. He has Venus. So his Venus is blowing up right now. So that video he released, amazing reception, is blowing up his Venus. I mean, the next 12 months, it's his house. It's his Jupiter is there. Jupiter is there. Right now, what's also amazing is that, I mean, there's all this energy in Cancer, right? And he has Mercury and Mars, Mercury in Cancer. So, you know, Cancer, topics of Cancer a lot of times speaks of family, Cancer. And that transit Venus sitting exactly on his Mars. I think there was an amazing reception of the family vision that he presented. I know that when I asked my sister what was the most striking part of the video, what did she think, and she told me it was the family dancing, and I said that's exactly what I was getting at. I thought that was extremely beautiful, and per the comments online, that family portrait, that family image, you know, that family value resonated with a lot of people. Amazing reception, amazing family reception. What else? Yeah, it's so all that Cancer energy, the Venus, and Venus is coming, she's coming out of her, she's first day of visibility tomorrow on July 10th. I mean, in Toronto at least. I know she's already been visible in Australia. So Venus went underground on April 28th. She reappeared on June 4th, but she has to travel 21 days away from the sun for her to be finally visible in her own beings. And yeah, so it's July 10th. So I'm very, very impatient to see. I mean, July 10th is in a few days. I wonder what he has. I think I've checked his chart before. What? Because she went under at 16-degree Gemini, I think. But she's reappearing in Cancer. So this Venus that's sitting on his Mars and his home of family, amazing reception. You know, his family is gonna be shining. His family is shining. Jupiter on his natal Venus. You know, what a moment. The song is the moment. Hopefully, I'm gonna post both videos where I went date for date, what was going on. A rap battle during an eclipse season when Drake himself is an eclipse baby. So it was very intense. I covered it, and it's part of a larger series, and it's part of my Chiron return in hip hop. That's part of that series. But anyways, I mean, I don't know how it's not Drake. You're not topping this. It's not your year. It's just not. There was not a single square in this chart. I mean, transit Saturn square Saturn, but it's already passed. But this Saturn is going retrograde, so that'd be interesting. Maybe his stardom, he might want to be more visible in his community. He might want to travel more. He might want to become more sedentarian. Everything is smiling. I can't track. Okay. that transit north node is sextiling his natal Venus. Oh. Oh yeah, because I don't have a time birth for him, so I don't really know what time the exact degree of his moon. But transit Saturn, if he's born at 12 noon, which is my standardized time, 12 noon, if it's born at 12 noon, then transit Saturn is conjunct his moon right now. That's interesting because that can also bring a lot of melancholy, a lot of isolation. Transit moon, that can also bring a really hard time in the family. Transit Saturn on natal moon, it can really restrict the support that you're getting from your family. You can feel isolated from your family. You can feel it's a time where you feel like you're not getting nourished. It's a depressing time. It's a hard time. Saturn transit Saturn conjunct natal moon. I mean, you can also have a loss of someone dear to you, a loss in the family unit. It's a hard time. It's a hard emotional time. You know, it might maybe have to travel more and be separated from his family, getting on the road more. Yeah, that might cause that, you know. This success might have him having to get away from home a lot more often than he isn't. Kendrick like a homebody. I think that Kendrick is a man who spends a lot of time nurturing his family unit. So I wouldn't be surprised if this calls from him having to having to get to work, especially when transiting Saturn is trining natal Mars. So you know, reestablishing is really gonna make you focus even more. Saturn Mars, amazing when they come together. That means we're working on, Saturn is lending you the discipline you need to get to work in a non-abrasive way. You're not even going to feel it, you just have to do it. And the fact that it shows up right now, right? Transit Saturn, square Saturn, yeah. His family unit might be a bit resentful to him for that. The success of this song, you know, I mean, you can see that. Could be that his family might resent him for that, but it's still amazing. It's still oh, Kendrick, what a fantastic chart. And I love how this transit Chiron is conjunct your natal transit Chiron conjunct your natal Jupiter. So I've had Jupiter conjunct natal transit Jupiter conjunct natal Chiron, which is really exposed me to the world of Chiron and what it was and the role that he played in my life. So transiting Jupiter, transiting Chiron, the collective wound on your Jupiter, it's almost like you're getting your sense of expansion. All to think of Jupiter, your sense of expansion. Where you expand is when you are, especially in Aries, right? Just do it. You feel the most expansed when you're showing your pioneer. You're taking charge. You're taking charge and healing the collecting wound. Yeah, that's probably why you might want to take this song on the road, and that might cause a big a rift with your family or in your family unit. That's Saturn, transit Saturn conjunct natal moon. You know, whenever Saturn and moon come together, you always have a sense of lack of emotional nourishment from a family unit, from the mom. Yeah, from the mom or from the family. Every time you touch the moon, this is a family, and there's a family aspect here, a huge family aspect. But right now, they're loving it. They're loving your family, buddy. All right, what else? You know what I'm gonna do?